Despite just moments ago, some alarming news on housing, that we've reached a 35-year low on home ownership. So either the bullish argument could be, well, it's poised like a coiled spring to take advantage of that low rate and move up, or it's a sign of the times that maybe housing isn't the end-all be-all, especially for younger people. Who knows better than the guy who won a Nobel Prize studying this, Robert Shiller. Robert, good to have you. What do you make of that, the home ownership rate so low?
Well, there's many different factors. I'm thinking of all the factors that decide whether someone buys a house. People get married later now. The divorce rate is up. We're more social media oriented than we were back then. You know, values are different. Culture, and we have an industry now that's been growing now of rentals of single-family homes, which almost didn't exist before.
Do you think the bloom is off the rose, though, Robert, for a lot of young people? Either they saw their parents burnt in housing from the meltdown, or their own memory is such that, hey, I mean, I was told growing up that housing was a trickless investment, and we were tricked. I saw people tricked, and I'm not going to go there.
That's exactly right. The other side of it, though, is that people have felt tricked about the stock market, too.
Well, very good point.
And they like homes because they can see them and they know they're real. You don't have to trust accountants to tell you that you've got a house. But you're right. I think
well put. Do you think, though, that what's happening now is a sign of something worrisome? In other words, I think last time we were chatting, we were buoyed by some unexpectedly good news. I think at the time it was existing home sales. New home sales were off the pace that many thought they would be. Permits, though strong, are not following through to the degree many had hoped. So it's rocky. Now, but I still argue the confluence of the data we've got, for the most part, has been good on housing. Where do you stand on this?
Right. Well, it's good for multifamily housing. That's where the permit activity is. And I don't think this is a bad thing. You know, I think homes may have been overvalued for many years by people just having an incorrect view of how advantageous it is to own a home. One thing it does is it ties you down. It's hard to move, so you're not quite as fluid and quick to jump at opportunities of new jobs or the like. I think people are, and you end up doing a lot of chores. I don't know, do you own a home? Maybe you don't do chores, but most people are out there mowing.
I try not to. I understand that is a requirement of being a homeowner, that you have to do chores, but I try to get out of it.
Modern times, we can organize these things better than individual activities. So there's a real advantage to living in an apartment building. Maybe you don't like everything about that, but there are real advantages in freeing up your time and worries.
Where do you live? Yeah, I don't want to. You don't have to tell me specifically. I always picture when you talk on housing that you live in a cave somewhere and you're watching this all unfold. But do you live in an apartment building or live in a...
No, we have 2 houses. We have a home and a summer home.
There you go. That's why you get the Nobel Prizes. It's always good having you. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate the insight.
My pleasure.
All right.